What's up, everyone, and welcome to a special interview here today on the SlabStox YouTube show. My name is Aaron, and I'm joined by Monty and Mitch from Best of Ohio Sports Cards. How are you two doing today?
We're doing great. Couldn't be better.
And the reason for this special interview is because these two gentlemen right here and the Best of Ohio Sports Card Shop were the lucky ones to pull the Drue Jones Superfractor Auto 1-of-1 first Bowman from 2023 Bowman Baseball. Massive pull, made huge waves yesterday on social media. And I'm here to ask these two about the pull and the story and everything about that. But before jumping into that, let us know who you guys are, where you're from, and what you guys do.
I'm Monty. This is my son, Mitch. I am a longtime collector and just recently opened a hobby shop. It's not what I do full time, but just been a collector of all sports, very interested in Bowman for about the last 10 years, and just one of those guys that can't get enough of ripping and collecting.
I run the shop, and I've got the hot hands, I guess.
I love it. Just a good context for all listeners out here, going into the Bowman release, David Am Sports Cards put a $250,000 bounty on this specific card, the first Bowman Superfractor auto of Drue Jones, which is why, this has made so much media publicity and hype around the product, and now obviously with this pull. So I want to ask, you guys, tell me about the story. Take me back to last Friday, because I saw you guys tease a little bit, hey, last Friday it was pulled. Tell us about this day and how it went.
Well, we've been planning a trip down to Cincinnati to Yankees were in town to watch the Reds. We're big Reds fans. And for about the past 3 to 5 years, whether we're going to a sporting event or whether we're attending a card show, whatever we're doing, the habit has become that we take along some sort of card product to rip. So we showed up at my father's house, and he actually had 4 jumbo boxes of Bowman from this year that have been sitting there for several weeks and really just waiting on us to come and decide, what do we do with them? So we threw the 4 in the car with us, and as we're driving down, we get about halfway there, and I finally say, okay, who wants to open? I get really no response. Everybody's talking. So I just pick a box, pull the wrap off of it, and start passing out packs. So we get to where we've hit 2 autos, nothing exciting. We hit 2 autos, and we're down to 2 packs left. And I'm sitting in the back seat behind my son Mason, who's driving, and my father's in the passenger front seat. So I have a good view, and he's very slow when he opens cards. He tends to look, he doesn't go right where the hit is. He looks at every card. So I'm just riding along. I'm not opening a pack, and I hear him say, "Is Drue Jones any good?" And I look up, and I'm like, "Whoa, Drue Jones." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, Drue Jones is good." And immediately what I'm thinking, to be honest with you, is, hey, well, at least the box, we got something good out. I'm expecting a base auto because I can see the card just at a glance. Well, then, for whatever reason, as I look more closely, the sun hits the card, and in particular hits the 101 up in the corner. And at that point, it becomes a, oh my goodness moment. Oh my goodness, that's the Superfractor. Oh my goodness. And at that point, my dad still really has no idea. He's like, what's the Superfractor? Is this good? He's really just asking the question, what does he have in his hand? Mason takes it. He's driving. He's looking at it. We're like, whoa, my goodness. Nobody really knows what to say. And we finally get to the point where it's just like almost the most surreal, clearly the most surreal thing we've ever been involved with, me for sure, and trading cards. But one of the most surreal moments of my whole life, just thinking about, I can't believe we just pulled this card out of a pack riding in a car between Dayton, Ohio and Cincinnati. It was really an unbelievable feeling.
That's really unreal. So with Bowman baseball, the autos this year in jumbo packs, they're backwards. So you'd see the back of the card first, and there's no numbering on the back. They're all in the front. So right. You guys didn't have any experience with seeing the back of the card first. He literally just, there's Grandpa holding the card front facing Superfractor.
That's right. He had already flipped it around and was holding it facing me, so I could see the face of the card, and no color. So my eyes aren't immediately picking up the Superfractor. They're just kind of picking up, oh, that's not blue, it's not gold, it's not orange, until I to be honest with you, I don't know how. My eyes aren't that good, but it's like the 101 was like shining like it was coming out of heaven or something. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what I'm looking at. And it just was, we didn't know what to say. And when we finally explained to him, we had told him way before, weeks ago, about this bounty that was out. But his first words were, well, what's the card worth, do you think? And we said, well, it's clearly worth at least $250,000 because that's the card that David Adams has put the bounty on. And that's when it really sank into him that, like, wow, this is a big deal. This card I'm holding is a big deal.
That's unbelievable. So, you guys own a card shop. You had to have sleeves in the car, right? Please?
We did have sleeves.
Yes. So that is the only thing I took with me. Just a little history with me. Anybody that knows me, my truck that I work out of for my regular business, which is laying asphalt, is kind of a mobile card shop, so to speak. Anything from just cards that I've opened while I'm sitting around in it. So I did go back to and grabbed a pack of sleeves and brought sleeves along with us just in case we did. I knew we would have 3 autographs that at least made it in the sleeve. So we did have that. No top loaders, just sleeves.
That's amazing. So I'm presuming someone takes the card, sleeves it, you get to the Reds ballpark, and what happens next?
It's what do we do with this card while we go into this stadium for 3 hours discussion? Clearly, well, the funny thing is since the bounty didn't really stipulate that the card had to be in good condition, we kind of laughed about, well, do we just stick it in our pocket, take it with us? But we actually put it back into the box in the middle, took the box and hid it in the car, locked the car up, and said, that's the best we can do at this point. So yes, it waited in the car for us for about 3 hours while we watched the baseball.
That's true dedication to baseball, because I think a lot of people have turned around, went back home, and figured out how to get on a flight to collect their $250,000.
We have had people say, I can't believe you did that. I can't. I would have immediately turned the car around and headed back and been like, how quickly can I get this in somebody else's hands to get my money?
It never crossed our mind to not go to the baseball game.
No, that did not cross our mind.
I love that. True dedication, for real.
Yeah.
And, super cool. Like, obviously you guys run a card shop in Ohio, involved in the community. You've got your family involved in this too, but like this card's coming, not from a break, where we've seen how many big one-of-one pulls out of breaks on, different live stream platforms from big companies out there. But this just happened in the hands of, a grandpa in the car. That's so awesome.
Yes, it is. It is awesome. Yes.
It's great. It's great to see that that's possible and everything like that. And just like last year with the Wander Franco Platinum one-of-one coming out of the Walgreens, like fun stories like this, I think, is what really, invigorates the hobby and gets the next person interested in collecting and talking about different stories. So super cool to hear the story. Thanks so much for sharing. But I think the question everyone wants to know, who's watching this and who just even sees the card being pulled, is what's next for the card. I mean, you got the $250K bounty out there from DA. Drue Jones himself threw in a comment on the Instagram post that you all put up, which is so awesome to see, the actual player commenting, interested, in at least it happening, and, whatever else might be out there. It's a massive card market. So what's next for this card?
Well, we obviously have talked about this. We did reach back out to Drue Jones after he commented on our post, and he did respond back. Said that it was just super cool. Congratulations. And so we have contacted him, and that's the way that went. As far as what we're going to do next, we have obviously made David Adams aware that we have the card, and we're just right now in the process of deciding is this the best way to go for us. As far as the $1 million bounty, we really have not considered that to be an option, and it's not because we doubt the kid. We don't doubt the player. It's really just the time frame that it takes for a major leaguer to go from the minor leagues to the Hall of Fame is just longer than we feel like it makes sense to try to hold on to the card.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, the $1 million option was, if you wanted to hold it until Drue Jones makes the Hall of Fame, could redeem $1 million at that point. But, 20, 25 years, is it even going to happen? That's the question that comes with that. And then also, was grading ever thought about this card? Obviously, everyone get a big hit, want to get it graded. Now, I I don't think David Adams, says it has to be grade first and at least X or above. So no grading, I'm assuming, at least for now.
You're right. We never for a minute considered grading it. The card does look in very good condition. Doesn't show any indications that it wouldn't grade well. But no, we have not considered grading it. And you are right. There's no stipulation that the card needs to grade in order to claim the bounty.
Got it. Awesome. Well, can't wait to see what happens with the card from here. Good luck with figuring out all of that information that you all have to take in and deal with. But, really quick pivot into this one other thing is I want you to give, a shout out for your local shop and what you guys do and what you, find the most joy in the hobby with. Because I think a lot of people out there, need to find those communities and cards. And I hope that people who are watching who are in the Dayton, Ohio area can, go to Best of Ohio Sports Cards.
Sure. Ours, obviously, you see the name behind us, Best of Ohio Sports Cards. We've been open for just over a year. Kind of has been a thought in the back of our minds for a while that this would be something we would like to do. We do it as a family, and we have one other friend of ours that's involved as well. And it's just the thing that we find the most enjoyment in, really, personally, is I find the most enjoyment of a lot of the kids that come in. A lot of our best traffic right now are teenagers and even younger that need their parents to bring them in and get a lot of enjoyment. We've had some good hits. We've had just recently we had a group of soccer players come in between games, and they hit a nice Joe Burrow auto out of Optic product, I believe it was. And so we're having a good time with that, but we love to see people hit cards and collect players that they're really into. What do you think?
I love it.
That's what I was going to say. It was definitely the kids pulling big cards, having fun.
That's how I got into it way when I was younger, going to a card shop, then go to a card show, and now here I am, all these years later. So Monty, Mitch, thanks so much for the time, everyone. These are the guys that got the hot hands now. Grandpa's got the hot hands from Best of Ohio Sports Cards. Make sure if you're in the Dayton, Ohio area to check them out, go into their shop, interact with them. Shops are a great place to be. And I really appreciate the time, guys, and all the information.
We appreciate it too. Thank you.
Awesome, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this exclusive SlabStox YouTube interview. We appreciate it, and we'll see you all next time.